Good morning, my people. My name is Chief Strungblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora machismo, my people. All in all, it has been another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's fame. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American, my people? There is nothing particularly important that I should report to you as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I am finished protesting, and when I have brought you an update as to the activities that transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and delight to bring you something from the words of the Most High God, the great creator of heaven, earth, and the very existence of existence. In the book of Daniel, chapter 12, there is a narrative there that speaks of Daniel taking possession of a book. Daniel was given the opportunity to peruse that book. And when Daniel perused the book, whatever information he received from that book, Daniel was told to seal up that book. For the events in that book is not for the people of this time. In Revelation, John the Revelator also was exposed to a book. But this time, this book was given a description. It was a little book. It was held in the hands of an angel who had 1 foot on the sea and 1 foot on the land. The angel shouted with a mighty voice, but what he shouted had nothing to do with what was written in the book. But there were 7 thunders that uttered their voices, and those 7 thunders revealed very important information to John the Revelator that was contained in that book. And when John was about to write, instruction came and told John to seal up what the 7 thunders have said and write them not. After which, John was given the instruction to go and take the little book from the hands of the angel. And when John took the little book from the hands of the angel instructed John to eat the little book. It will be sweet in your mouth, but it will make your stomach bitter. My people, there is no doubt that the book that Daniel was exposed to, and this little book that the 7 thunders reveal the contents of, was the same book. The same book that John was asked to eat. My people, John eating that book means that in the history of man, no other man will ever get an opportunity to look into this little book. And as the angel said, when John ate the book, it was sweet in his mouth, but it was bitter in his stomach. What does this mean? That means when John ate the book, it was sweet in his mouth. It means that John saw himself privileged and was happy because he was being used by the Most High God, and he was being exposed to things that no one else except for Daniel was exposed to. So he was happy. Sweetness represents happy. But it also says that it will make your stomach bitter. And when John ate the little book, his stomach became bitter. What is bitterness? Bitterness is sorrow. what John saw, he saw the future. He saw Israelite men walking about practicing homosexuality like if they were a God to give an account to. He saw Israelite women going and present themselves to the abortion table and make the Most High God a liar. For when he says, I will make your nation as the sand of the sea, they are ensuring that the Most High words do not come to pass each time they have an abortion. And when they're seeing Israelite men who are supposed to be leading the world into righteousness, Israelite men and women going and present themselves sexually to animals, it made John's belly bitter when John see that Israelite men and women are trying to be the friends of the Caucasians, the Edomites, and they are being their friends to their own destruction. John's belly was bitter. He was grieved. He became sorrowful because he was seeing the people who the Most High God say he loves and will love forever. The people who the Most High God declared, I will forever be your God and you will always be my people. They were now involved in the worst actions, the greatest abominations that man have ever seen. He became extremely sorrowful. What Daniel and John saw was the corruption of the scriptures by the Caucasians, and the way they used the corrupt scriptures to enslave the Israelites and to re-enslave the entire world. But John was more affected by what he saw in the little book when he ate it than Daniel was. My people, we have to realize that the little book was created by the Most High God. Everything that the Most High God created is alive, is a living thing. The Most High God cannot touch anything that is abstract or dead and it does not come to life. When you go to Revelation chapter 4, 5 and 6, you'll see the candlesticks, the altar and so forth. All of these things are alive. The throne on which the Most High God sits is alive. The sun is a living creature. So is the earth and the moon and all of the planets. So this little book was also alive. When Daniel looked into the little book, when John ate the little book, they saw in living colors, like if they were watching in real time as things happen. The things that are happening today in this world. They saw it in living colors. Like if they pushed their hands in that book, they would have touched the people who were involved in the events. They hear the conversations. They see the defilements. They see the practices. But John was more affected by what he saw than Daniel was. And I tell you, when John ate the little book, that was the last man, flesh and blood, carnal man, that was given access to the little book. There will be no other man in history that will ever get access to that little book. That book that John and Daniel was exposed to. Because the next time, the Most High God is going to use people like me and people like you to bring the truth to the world. The truth that was corrupted. We are going to bring the scriptures to replace the Bible and all of the corrupt stuff in the Bible. Not that we are going to bring it physically, but the Most High is going to give us clarity as to what should have been there And we'll be able to disown the corruption that was placed there by the Caucasians for the destruction of the Israelites and for the destruction of every man that walked the earth. My people, I have been bringing these messages to you. Things that you've never heard before. Things that your preacher will never preach. And I'm going to bring more in the new year. You don't want to see what was in the little book, because all you have to do to see what Daniel saw, to see some of what John saw, just look around you. Look around you and look at the behaviors of man. Look at the level of corruption that is involved in the Israelites community. Homosexuality, bestiality, abortion. We are raping each other. We are betraying our brothers and our sisters for the friendship of the Caucasians and for their monies that has no value. Look around and you will see everything that Daniel saw and that John saw. Some of the things that the seven thunders uttered is some of the things I've been speaking about. My people, a lot of people say they have never heard anything like this before. It makes sense, but I've never heard it before. It makes sense, but it's coming from the wrong person. My people, Jesus, Yahweh, was the wrong man. The Israelites rejected him. The Romans knew who he was, but he was not conducive for their plans for the Israelites. One of the things I would say here, everything that I've told you so far came from the scriptures. You have never heard it, but there is no preacher alive who can ever dispute or say what I am saying does not make sense. There is nobody who have listened to me, who have heard the things I've been saying, could ever say that what I am saying does not make sense. It is not truth. And in the new year, more is going to come. A lot more is going to come. Look out for the new year. The seven thunders has been uttering their voices. Nobodies like me and other nobodies are going to bring you information from the Most High God that will clear up a lot of things. A lot of things are going to be clear up. My name is Chief Stromblad. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Spirit of Most Hated Son, the Diaspora Machismo. I'll talk to you on Wednesday.